Hey guys, it is Lindsay Martin here, and I'm coming to you live a little early today. The banner said at 1 o'clock, but I'm actually coming in at 11. So I have the honor of speaking to you today about expanding your Success Club 5 base. Hey Tracy, how are you? So when Jake asked me to do this, of course, you get a little nervous, but then you just are extremely humbled and honored to be able to share some of your best tips and strategies for expanding your business. And that is what I am here to do today, is just offer value and to help you. So just to give you a little brief history of how I started as a coach, and maybe you can understand where I'm coming from. So I had zero intentions of ever doing this business full time. I have been a full time coach for just over 3 years now. And I was a corporate working mom. Like I said, no intentions of ever building a business. So um, when Beachbody landed in my lap, I was simply joining as a challenger. And when I started, I actually never bought a challenge pack from my coach. I was one of those people, and this will be a good tip for you, is I was one of those people that couldn't afford it. I was on mat leave and I did the 3 payments of 1995. I wanted the best deal. I didn't go through my coach and I did not try Shakeology to start. So, of course, I bought the 3 payments of 1995 to chunk up the $60. And I messaged her and I said, "Can I be in your group?" And she said, "Yeah, great." So I started with the 21-day fixed program. And I loved it. And I battled obesity my entire life. So I knew, about healthy eating, but my version of healthy eating wasn't really healthy eating. And I was never really consistent with fitness. So during those 21 days, it really changed my life. And when I say one at-home workout program changed my life, it's the truth, right? So I signed up to coach simply to try Shakeology. I kept seeing these videos of trying Shakeology and I was like, okay, well, I better try this stuff, right? So luckily I loved it. I was like, where have you been my entire life? And I was one of those people that Googled the prices, overpriced, not going to buy it. So I'm a typical person, right? So definitely do not discriminate from people that are just looking to get help and they're looking for a cheap price, and don't start with Shakeology, okay? So after that, I simply was like, oh, I can do this. I can help people lose weight, and I just want to help a couple friends and family. And I reached out to my friends, reached out to one of my best friends. I'm like, "Steph, you need to try this program." And she got on board. And my first challenge group, no idea. Hey, Tamika, no idea what I was doing. I was just literally flying by the seat of my pants. Okay, at this point, packed my challenge group, my first ever challenge group, with 13 people. Okay, and I was like, I love this. My first week as a coach, I made $40. And and during my challenge group, I actually returned back to my full-time job. And after I returned back from my full-time job, I was fired on the very last day of my challenge group. Day 21, Lindsay got canned. See ya, here's a free parking ticket. There you go. And I was like, holy crap, what am I going to do? And I came home and I was so furious that day. And I said to my husband, and I was watching, like I was creeping all the big top coaches, and I was, just being a creeper. But it never occurred to me that I could actually do this business full time. Maybe, well, my vision was cloudy, right? And that day I said to my husband, I'm like, I'm pissed and I'm not going back. And I never had to return back to my corporate job. I turned down a job. I was like, not doing it, not going back to a capped salary, limited vacation time. And I literally worked as if my life depended on it. And at that point, I was like, guns a-blazing, it's sink or swim, do or die, rock in a hard spot. And my business took off. And I'm going to share with you my best tips and strategies of success, of expanding your Success Club 5 base. And it's something that, a lot of coaches don't really think about. And it's super, super simple. So I have come from a background of struggle and heartache and loss, single mom, depression. My son's father passed away when he was 2. I have a long history of major sucky things in my life. Okay. You name it, it's happened to me. And I knew deep down, I felt that I was capable of doing more with my life as I sat in my office desk waiting for 4:30. And I was shy, introvert, didn't speak up in meetings, worried about what other people thought of me. And the day that I got fired, right? I knew that I was going to have to become more if I actually wanted to be more with my life. I knew that I was going to have to get outside of my comfort zones. And that day, as I marched up those stairs, I was like, Dennis, my husband, I'm like, I'm just going to put the real me out there. You can pay attention, you cannot read it, but I'm going to start sharing my mess and turn them into messages, right? I'm going to start being real and authentic, and I'm going to share my struggles as a means to inspire people, to add value. Because as a single mom who was dealing with a lot of problems, who was scrolling the news feeds and seeing everybody's happy, perfect lives, I was miserable and I rolled my eyes and I hated and I was suffering and I was struggling big time. And the last friggin' thing I needed was seeing happy and perfect in my news feeds every damn day. So I simply started sharing the stuff that nobody ever wants to talk about: depression, anxiety, low self-worth, lacking confidence, death, grief, all the crap, right? All the mess. And I started to change those and started to add value and started to use that as a means to inspire people, to give people hope. And coaches, I'm going to say, you're not here to sell things. You're not here to sell challenge packs. And I never led this business with my business to get Success Club 5. I simply said, I'm going to add value. And that is the first step. The step that I want you to write down is that you're not paid in the marketplace if you're not adding value. If I go to your Facebook page and I see you just posting Shakeology selfies and your workouts and you're perfect and you're getting nothing from me. I don't connect with you. I don't buy your happy and perfect lives every single day, because that's not truth and it's not reality, and I'm not buying it, especially if I'm talking to my niche market who are struggling with depression, who are battling mental health, who do have panic attacks, who are hot mess moms that don't have their shit together, right? I don't want to see happy and perfect all the time. I need somebody that's going to lift me up and inspire me and give me hope. Okay, give me hope. So number one tip, you want to expand your SC base. Stop focusing on making money and selling challenge packs and focus on adding value and helping somebody. My motto is to inspire the uninspired, to give hope to the hopeless, to motivate the unmotivated. I don't want to teach my team to sell things. I actually want to teach my team to be good quality coaches that are in this for the right reasons. I don't want people that are just in this to make a couple bucks and forget about those people that have asked for their help and that are struggling. Because as a coach today, I see it a lot. My coach didn't help me. My coach forgot about me. My coach didn't check in on me. And that, as coaches, for me, I've got to sleep at night. And if I'm leading a team, I want them to sleep at night. So I don't want to teach them to just sell 3 challenge packs and make a quick $120 or however much that is. I want them to actually be a transformational coach. Add value, get people to see your struggles. You're going to have to rip off that face of happy and perfect, because there's a lot of happy and perfect today in social media. And that was the last thing I needed when I was battling my demons and needed friggin' help. Okay. Add value. My second tip is do good work. And I took this, and I am a big advocate of personal development. When I went all in with my business, I knew I had to 10x my personal development. I knew I had to become more. Okay. So there, Success Club base, start filling your head with good stuff. Okay. Do good work. We all have the same products, but you are unique, and in your own beautiful way. You are unique, and your story is different than anybody else's. Your struggles, your hardships, your challenges are different than anybody else. Okay. Do good work and simply share your message. If you don't have a message, then you need to seek clarity. Okay. You need to seek clarity and share your message. Even when you think you're not making a difference, you are. Okay. I didn't seek to make money. That came when I started to add value. Okay. Message. If you're just in this business to make money, you need to dig deep and find out, what's your message? What do you want to contribute to this world? What could you help people with? I spoke on my team the other day. I'm like, we all have messages. You all are an expert in something. You all have battled something in your life that you can help people with, whether that is depression, anxiety, emotional eating, low self-worth, lack of confidence, getting over a divorce, battling eating disorders. Like I could go on and on and on and on and on about something that you've been through. Okay. You're going to use that as a means to inspire people. And that's how you're going to get your niche, right? Your mindset is key. Okay. Don't focus on lack. I see this happen all the time with coaches. I'm not getting enough points. I can't do it. I don't have money. My coaches are not doing anything. And I'm like, that's a really crappy attitude to have. And if you're constantly focusing on lack and not enough points and not enough money, and my coaches are not doing anything, there you go. Congratulations. That's exactly what's coming back to you. Okay. You've got to show up to your business with intention. And I mean like good quality intention. I want my coaches to be intentional about their work and why they are doing this business. Okay. And I have a team of incredible women, and we may not hit SC 100 or 200. They may hit SC 10 and they may hit SC 5 or 4 or 2, but those points matter and they are intentional and they are in this business for the right reasons. And that to me is a quality of a top coach, right? To be in this for the right reasons. When you're inviting, okay, we all have the vitals. When you're inviting, what do? Do you just send messages? Because I get into this habit sometimes too, right? You're like, SC points are low, I'm going to send an invite. And that's when my business starts to crumble. And that's when I feel icky on the inside. And that's when I struggle, right? So ask yourself, what's your intention of showing up to this business? Is it to make money? Is it to get 5 points, right? Or is it to intentionally reach out to somebody and say with a heartfelt message saying, hey, I have a group that's starting in September. I know you said you were struggling with this. Did you want a spot or would you love some more information? I think it would be really great for you. And are you intentional about who you're talking to? Or are you just sending scripts looking for a paycheck, right? Because if you're struggling, then you've got a lot of work to do. And it's always a self-reflection of what you're doing, okay? Intentional. Don't focus on the points. Don't focus on getting more, because that's lack and that's scarcity, and that's going to squash you, okay? Number 3 tip, help everybody, okay? Help everybody. I will tell you, when I became a coach, and I'm not sure if he's on here, Scotty Hobbs, it was his team call that I got on. And when I was a coach, when I was starting, I was like, I don't need team calls. I don't need to get on team calls. And it was my upline had him on a team call, and he painted this vision of getting his kids off the bus. And then I met him at Summit, and he said, you help everybody, even if you don't make anything off them, you help somebody. And I've kept that close to my heart, because who am I to judge who needs my help? Who am I to judge saying she's not my person because she doesn't have brown hair and green eyes, or, highlights, right? Or a tattoo. Who am I to judge who needs my help? There is somebody I needed help. And thankfully, my coach added me to her group without making a penny off me, right? Who am I to judge saying, I'm not going to friend request her, or I'm not going to accept her friend request because she's 50 and my niche is 37, right? I don't judge, and I help everybody. If somebody reaches out to me, I'll talk to them, right? If somebody, wants to try coaching and they're not good on social media, I'll still help them, right? I will still help them, because who am I to judge? This business opportunity could change somebody's life. My group, these programs could change somebody's life. And who are you to judge? Your impact and your ability to help another human being in this world. And that's what we do. That's what the magic of this business is helping and serving. Okay. So I help everybody. I don't prejudge anybody, really. If somebody messages me, I'm like, talk to them, right? If I've got coaches on my team that are old, that are young, that don't have long brown hair, that have short gray hair, but they all have, and they make a difference in the lives of everybody else. They all do. They all hold a place, and they're all ridiculously amazing women that somehow have found me because I've shared authentically in my journey, which I'm so blessed to have in my life, right? My heart is full because I have reached out, and Robin, who may be old with a bad knee, joined a challenge group, and she's changed my life, and I've impacted hers. So I don't prejudge anybody, okay? Obligation. Your hunger to share and serve. Your Success Club base is a reflection of that. Your Success Club base is whether or not you're actually showing up to your business and adding value to people's lives, right? Without expecting anything in return, right? I don't go out and recruit. I'm not looking to recruit people. I actually lead with them wanting to change their lives. I actually lead with my story, my struggles, and I share. I don't care if, I even to this day, I say this, and this is probably a bad business move for me. I don't know how much commission I make off a challenge pack. And I don't go into my online office and check my SC points every day. I don't. And if I were to tell my team, how much do you make off this challenge pack? I can't tell you, right? My motive and my why for this business is strictly hunger to serve and to pay it forward, because I was that person that was struggling and I changed my life, and I have a duty to pay that forward. I get emotional and I'll tear up about it, right? I have an obligation to pay that forward. So I don't recruit. I'm not looking to get 50 million people into my business. I'm actually looking to get people that are hungry to serve too, right? That are transformational coaches, that are not just going to fly the coop when they don't hit Success Club because their money didn't roll in, right? I'm looking for those people on my team, and I don't care what they look like. I don't care how old they are, right? Because I know that people are out there, and I'm not there to judge anybody, okay? So ask yourself, what's your obligation to this business? Are you just looking to make a couple bucks? Because you can go and sell leggings and lipstick, right? We don't just sell things. We actually have the gift of changing people's lives here, okay? Your hunger to serve, right? Pay it forward, right? You're paying it forward. And I always say with my team, I'm like, if you're struggling, then you need to go and you need to water your own lawn first. You need to take care of yourself first. And that's the tools we have as coaches. I didn't have scripts. I didn't have training. I didn't have anybody saying, send this to somebody and, follow up. And this is what you need to say. I had nothing of that. I just showed up, added value with an obligation to serve and pay it forward, and was real, instead of painting this fake, happy, perfect smile. Because that shit, sorry, I shouldn't be swearing. That stuff does not work, and it's not going to get you healthy, right? We're in the business of health. And if you coaches are not even healthy yourself, then how are you going to help other people get healthy, right? That's your job. Number one, be proof the products work. Be healthy, share, right? That's the beauty of what we get to do. Teach, be a good coach. I wrote that down. Be a good coach, transformational coach. I don't care. I'm not here to sell challenge packs. I'm here to help people. And you are here to help people too, right? What else did I write down here? Oh my gosh. Invite with intention, teach people to be transformational coaches, right? Transactional coaches. Transactional coaches are going to fly the coop, because it is a lot of work helping people. And it is a selfless job that we have of putting our needs kind of on the back burner, right? Helping people. And that's one thing too, as coaches, I want to say to you guys is, a lot of people are like, I'm too tired. This is too hard. It's not working. I don't have time. What will people think of me? And that's a very selfish mentality to have, right? That's very selfish. And anytime that I'm struggling in my business, I do a self-reflection, and I ask myself, okay, what's the stuff I'm telling myself right now, right? What am I saying to myself? Am I saying I'm too tired? Am I too sore to show up? Am I too exhausted, or this is too hard, or my coaches are not doing anything, or, oh, she's too cheap, right? Am I saying those things, right? It's not. I'm going to give you a big news flash here, coaches. It's not about you anymore, right? You have tools to change your life, and you're going to change your life if you show up and do the work for that, right? Nobody's coming to save you, and nobody's coming to grow your business, and nobody's going to come and magically, poof, make your business grow. And your upline doesn't owe you anything, and your uplines does not owe you anything, right? Nobody is here. Nobody's going to save you, right? It has nothing to do with luck. It has nothing to do with anything. It has everything to do with whether or not you're willing to work hard, and whether or not you're willing to help other people. And if you're saying things like, I'm too tired, or I can't, or what will people think of me, I encourage you to take it off your own ego and say, how can I serve people, right? How can I show up? Who needs me today? How can my words inspire somebody? Listen, I'm tired some days, and I don't feel like it some days, but I also know the value of my message. And I also know that people need to hear what I have to say. And if you don't value your own message and your own journey, then how do you expect people to trust you? How do you expect people to believe you, right? If you don't value your own voice, who else will? Nobody will, right? If you're sitting there quivering and you don't have confidence and you're filling yourself with doubt and fear and comparison and judgments, and you're saying things like, I can't, or I'm not lucky like her, or I don't look like her and I can't. Personal development. Water your own lawn first. You clearly got a lot of work to do on yourself. But I promise you, if you just show up and you show up to serve without any expectation, without any attachment to anything, your business will grow. If you rip off that mask of being fake and perfect and you actually share the real you. Listen, guys, I'm an introvert and I have anxiety, and I had a panic attack on my live Facebook video yesterday. No joke, it happened. Again, obviously, I am the cause and I am also the solution. Just like you're the cause, you are the solution too, right? Too busy, skipped a meal, didn't drink water, thinking of my million to-do list, back to school, going to New York City next week. My brain is in overdrive, okay? And it happened, a panic attack came out of nowhere, right? And I was like, holy crap, am I having a stroke? Right? And I'm live right now with you guys. And I was like, oh my God, what if I pass out? What if I, right? Anxiety through the roof. And in that moment, I could have been like, I kept going, obviously. And on my Facebook page, I shared authentically. I'm like, I just had a panic attack on a live Facebook video. And I am real when I show up to that. I'm not here to, pretend that all my life is perfect and sunshine and rainbows, because it's not. And your life is not perfect and all sunshine and rainbows either. And if you're showing up to your page and you're giving people what you think they want to see, and you're not being authentically yourself, your true, imperfect, perfect self, then you're doing yourself and your health a disservice. You're doing your followers a disservice, right? People don't need fake. And they don't need perfect. And you're not here to just sell things. You're here to inspire. So if you want to expand your SC base, and with my team, I breathe motivation into them, right? Because guys, I could teach on inviting. I could teach on how to say things. You don't need that stuff. You don't need scripts. You don't need training. You don't need all these fancy graphics and logos and all that kind of stuff. You just got to show up to your page with the intention to serve. You got to show up to your page with adding value. You got to show up and be real and humble and imperfect, and put a goddamn filter on your pictures, right? Get a nice light. Take a good selfie. My selfie sucked when I started this business 3 years ago. No idea. You're going to learn. And you can't just not start, because everybody has to start everybody starts at the exact same place. Nothing, zero friends, zero idea what the heck they're doing, flying by the seat of their pants. And the coaches that actually have no care in the world, and they just jump with the obligation to serve and pay it forward, right? Simply sharing their messages without the expectation of getting anything in return. Those are the coaches that fly and that will be in this for the right reasons to the very, very end, right? I have a great, ridiculous team of coaches, and I just tear up thinking about them, because they are the bomb, and they are truly amazing women. Amazing women. We don't hit SC 300 or 100 or SC 80, right? We hit SC 10 and 8 and 50, and we're good with that, because that's what we can serve and that's what we can help, right? I got to go to bed at night knowing that I showed up and that I helped those people that I promised to help, right? That I gave them the best of me and that I showed up to help them, okay? And that's hard work. That's hard work. And if this business were easy, that everybody would do it. I want to share with you one last final tip before I leave. I'm reading The Millionaire Messenger. I'm a huge fan of Brendon Burchard. He truly changed my life. I'm going to go see him in California to up my personal development, right? Because that's truthfully the key. If you're not working on yourself, if you're not changing yourself, if you're not growing, if you're not becoming better, you're not going to help anybody to do the same, right? And you will attract success by the person that you are becoming, right? I didn't have my crap together. I still don't have it together, right? But I think my followers can see me changing and growing over the course of the years as I'm showing up, right? It takes time to build a solid foundation. It takes time to build a house made of bricks, not a house built of straw, but a house, a solid foundation. If coaches are in this and they're just trying to make a quick buck, they're going to be out in 30 days. You've got to be committed to this business with the obligation to serve. Okay. I'll leave you with this message. Okay. Success Club 5. I think, truthfully, I think this is the magic, right? What we do is magic, and you can't forget the magic of actually what we do. If you are feeling stressed out, you've got to operate from a place of gratitude and saying, like, I get to do this job. I get to take a selfie and share and become my better self. I get to work on myself. I get to go through hard, challenging periods of time, knowing that that challenge was put in my place so that I could grow, and then I could learn a life lessons from that, and then I could teach it to somebody else who is struggling, right? So that you can pay that forward. So if you're struggling in your life, your business, have faith and believe that that's put in your path for a divine purpose. That, yeah, it sucks. And yeah, it's challenging. And yeah, you probably have uncertainty and doubt. But promise you that that was put in your place for a very specific reason. And there's a life lesson attached to that. And you're going to grow and you're going to learn. And then you can teach somebody else that too. Okay? Truthfully. Powerful distinction I've learned. Okay? This is from the Millionaire Messenger. Okay? Take notes. Oh, and I'll just share my best tip. So if you're looking for a great idea, get these get these pens on Amazon. They're highlighters, okay? Highlighter. And they've got Post-it notes, guys, that you can stick them out and you can post them. And it's a pen, okay? It's a pen. You got to get it, okay? It's my new best friend, okay? So I take notes. So this Millionaire Messenger, and I highlighted this one specifically, and I was like, perfect. I'll share it with you guys today. Here's a powerful distinction I've learned. If you ever look at a successful person and say, well, sure, hey, they could do it, but I can't, then you are defeated before you even begin. You see successful people had to start one day just like everybody else. If you have a mindset that says successful people are based by the gods or luckier or more privileged, then you are doomed. You are doomed. Instead, you might say, well, that person achieved this, and so can I. I just have to model what they and others have done and follow their lead. And that, my friends, is the beautiful thing about what we do. There are coaches that have gone before you. There are top coaches that have paved the way. There are people that know, and all you have to do is look to them for inspiration and guidance. And if you're sitting there comparing or judging or hating on people and saying you can't do it, or that they're luckier, or that they're too pretty, or that they, started years ago and they've got a better upline, you are doomed. You are doomed. And that's going to leave you with a really crappy feeling on the inside. That's going to poison your soul, right? That's going to keep you small and weak. And that, my friends, is your ego talking. If you are in this because you've got to be number one, or you got to do this, or you're not pretty enough, or you don't have that yet, that's your ego. And you got to get over that, right? Look to people for inspiration, for guidance. You don't need to reinvent the wheel, right? You don't. You got to show up and be you, your true authentic self. You and your hot mess, your imperfect, perfectly body that you've got, it's you. Your story is different than anybody else's in this entire world. You are unique. We all sell the same stuff, right? Your job as a coach is to figure out how you can be different, how you can come to the table and show up every damn day on your page and be different than somebody else. Look to people for inspiration. Don't copy. And if you're following them and feeling less than, unfollow them, but know that they can inspire you, right? Usually the people that bother you or that you hate on the most are your greatest teachers, right? So lean to them for inspiration. It's not luck. It has nothing to do with whether or not you can or can't. It has everything to do with your mindset and whether or not you feel worthy, that you believe it, that you value your message, okay? Your message is what's going to help people, right? Not perfect friends. Add value every single day, right? You're at it. You are paid for the value you add in the marketplace. So, expanding your Success Club base. Listen, it doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be huge. We're talking about 3 people here. I started with under 200 friends. Hated selfies. Made fun of people who made selfies. Was a creeper for months and months and months. Couldn't afford Shakeology. Didn't buy from my coach. Had no intention to build a 6-figure business and bring my husband home. Zero intentions to do this full time. But all I know deep within my heart was that deep down I knew I was settling. And deep down I felt and believed in what we did. And deep down I knew that I had a message to share and that my message could help somebody, right? So I'll revert back to square one in my closing message. Do good work. Share your message even when you don't think you're making a difference. You are making a difference. Even if you don't make a single penny, show up with the obligation to serve, with that intense focus of doing good for somebody else, to be kind, to be humble, to not judge, right? To simply inspire people. Okay. So anyways, coaches, thank you so much for hopping on. I'm just going back. Thank you so much for your kind messages. I didn't have a panic attack. I didn't have a panic attack. See, this is the thing, guys. I will say this, if you are fearful of what other people think of you, if you are stopping yourself, you are stopping yourself. I will say, and this is a really, hard story for people that are worried about the opinions of other people. Okay. Winners, you got to get this too. It's very fancy. It makes drinking water a lot better. If you're worried about the opinions of other people and you feel in your heart that you are meant to do this business, you feel called, that you are capable of doing this, that you believe in the products and what we do, right? The opinions of other people are not going to pay your bills. And I will share one story that just kind of really gets me, but it'll get you to think differently about your life here. I shared before, my son's father passed away when he was 2, and it was very, very quick. We were divorced, and he was one of my best friends. Even though we weren't together, he was one of my very, very best friends. And his passing happened very, very quickly. It was a matter of 10 days from the date of diagnosis until the day that he passed away. And the one Thursday I took Easton and we went to the hospital, and went to the hospital, and it was a great day. It was a beautiful day. And he had cancer throughout his entire body, heart, liver, lungs, pancreas. He was 35. And he's a big part of my why and why I do what I got to do, which is why you got to have a big why. And he had cancer throughout his entire body. There was no origin. There was no warning signs. And, the week prior, he'd come to pick Easton up to take him to the library. And he never got to return that library book. He passed away before the due date of that library book. And anyways, we went up to the hospital that day, and Easton was running around, and he was, it was just like a happy day. And it was almost like Jeff wasn't sick. It was almost like he wasn't sick at all. And he was laying in the hospital. We were laughing and joking, and Easton was running on. He was in the ICU, and Easton was running in between like people's rooms, and he was bringing such light and laughter to people that were sick. And that day it was time to go. It was about 8:00. And I remember there was people in that hospital room, and I looked at Jeff and I said, come on, we got to go. And I wanted to say something to him, right? I wanted to say that we loved him, that, I wanted to ask him all the questions, and I wanted to say something. Oh, here I am. Blah. I'm a crier, guys. This is me. Real life stuff, right? Hard stuff. And I wanted to say something to him, but there were people in the room. There were visitors, there were people in the room. So I didn't give him a hug, and I didn't say that I loved him or that we would see him again. Well, I did. I said, I looked at him and I said, I'll see you again on Saturday. And he died. And I never got to say what I wanted to say. And I never got to say that I loved him. And I never got to give him a hug. And you know why? Because I cared too much about the opinions of other people that day. And There goes my makeup. I care too much about the opinions of other people. And I allowed that to happen. I allowed the opinions of other people to stop me from doing something that I felt in my heart that I wanted to do that day. And I got to the hospital on that Saturday 11 minutes too goddamn late. And anytime that I am fearful of doing something in my life, anytime that I'm scared, I think of him. And I think back to that day where I didn't get a second chance. And I didn't do something for the fear because somebody might have thought something of me, right? And that's it, friends. That's the life lesson. That is the message that I share every goddamn day, is that we don't get a do-over. He passed away at 35. A life hardly lived. Most people are existing today. Most people are just going through the motions and going to jobs they hate and settling when they know deep down that they are capable and worthy of more, right? That they are worthy of more, but they are allowing the opinions of people to keep them small. And you guys are the only people that are standing in your own way. And once you get out of your own freaking way, and you stop worrying about the opinions of other people, you start to become your true, authentic self that doesn't give a rat's ass about what people think. Because at the end of this life, I planned a funeral and I picked out a tombstone that said loving father on it. And at the end of this life, you're not going to be worrying about what Susie thinks of your selfie, or what your Aunt Mary thinks about your posts on social media, or whatever the heck you're worried about. You're going to look back on your life and you're going to say, did I live? Did I love? Was I happy? Did I make a difference? The things that don't matter, the things that you're worried about, the stuff, the money, the cars, the house, whatever, the opinions of other people, your looks, that shit doesn't matter. That does not matter. So stop playing small, coaches. Stop playing small. You weren't put on this earth to just exist. Trust me, I existed after I dealt with all that crap and heartache and grief and loss. And let me tell you, it wasn't pretty. But one at-home workout program changed my life, right? Saying yes to something, getting out of my own damn way changed my life. Coaching changed my life. And that's why I share it. And that's why I continue to share it. And that's why I'm in it for the right reasons, right? I'm not here to get people to sell challenge packs. I'm looking to change people's lives. I don't care what people think of my posts or what they think of my selfies, because I know that at the end of my life, what matters is that I was happy and that I lived and that I loved and that I made a difference in this world. You're going to get buried one day, friends, right? You're going to get buried. Think very, very wisely, because you have one shot at it. If you feel like you're existing and you feel like you could be doing more, and there's a gut feeling inside of you that's saying you're capable of doing more, that voice isn't going to quiet anytime soon. And it's up to you to get out of your own damn way and make that happen. Okay. So I rambled. I went on way too longer than I wanted to. But you know what? This is real life stuff. And some coaches need a good motivation and some kick in the pants, because there's a lot of people that are playing small. Don't play small. And there's a lot of coaches that are in this for the wrong reasons. And if you are, you got to go sell some lipstick or something, because you need to be in this business for the absolute right reasons. Be fearless, have courage, understand that you can add value and that your message will change lives. Zero expectations to earn an income or the big bucks, right? Show up to your page. Don't worry about the opinions of other people, and go out there and crush it. Okay. Have a good one, guys. Thank you so much for having me and tuning in live. Oh my gosh. I appreciate it. Thank you. Sorry for crying. But that's it. I cry, and there's no shame in crying. That's the beautiful thing about being a coach, is that it's our job to get healthy and to share it. And when you start owning that and you start being authentic about that and just showing up, a lot of healing can happen. And truthfully, if you want my honest opinion, is I became healthy when I started serving and helping other people. When I took the focus on me and my pity party and what I was dealing with, and the grief and the heartache and who I was pissed off at and all the drama, when I started to focus on the good in my life, and use, my hurt and my heartache as a means to inspire people, and shared that journey authentically, game over. Game over. Even if I didn't make a single penny, I'd be here every single day. So guys, don't doubt yourself. Okay, have an amazing day and we'll chat later. Bye.